Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Susna Maulida, and I'm from Pamulang University English Literature Study Program. And now I want to present pragmatic material about the axis and distance. Language is a fascinating tool that allows us to share ideas and experiences. But how do we revert to things without constantly naming them? This is where deixis comes in, a subtle and powerful aspect of language that relies on context to understand meaning. Deixis is all about how we use language to refer to things based on their distance, not just physical distance, but also temporal distance and mental proximity. It is an important aspect of pragmatics, the branch of linguistics that study how context influences meaning. Deixis refer to words and phrases that require the speaker's contents to be understood. This word, known as deictic phrases, refer to objects without explicitly naming them. Assume you are showing a snapshot to a friend rather than saying, "That's the mountain we climb." You may say, "Look at this peak." The word this is the deictic term. Your friend will understand what you mean if you point to the photo. There are three primary types of deixis. The first one is person deixis. Person deixis refer to how language identify people in a discourse depending on their roles. It is like linguistic spotlight illuminating the speaker, listener, and everyone else involved. Person deixis use distinct pronouns and other grammatical marks to identify this discourse participant. And for example is first person or speaker. This refer to the one speaking, pronouns such as I, me, mine, and myself. And the next one is second person or listener. This focus on the person being spoken to, pronouns such as you, yours, and yourself. And the last one is third person or other. This refers to everyone who is not actively involved in the conversation. The pronoun such as she, he, it, they, them, theirs, and themselves. And the second type is spatial deixis. Spatial deixis, also known as the place deixis, it is the study of how language refers to locales in connection to the speaker, listener, and circumstance at hand. It is equivalent to using linguistic cues to guide someone's knowledge of where something is without specifically stating the location. And here are some deictic expression in space. Uh, the first one is proximity. Proximity-based phrases refer to physically distant between the speaker, listener, and revert to object. Here are some common examples of proximity. The first one is proximal, used to something near to the speaker. For example, this table here on the map and come closer. And the second one is distal or far from speaker. For example, that building over there and go away. And the last one is neutral or unspecified range. For example, somewhere in the room, the chair, and etc. Deictic projection is a fascinating notion. This is when speakers communicate as if they were in the different location. Imagine glancing at the map and saying, "Let's go here." While pointing to location on the map, you are deictically projecting yourself uh, into the map, using here to refer to a location other than your current one. The last type is temporal deixis. Temporal deixis is an intriguing component of language that focuses on how humans employ words and phrases to pinpoint specific time, in time related to the act of speaking. It is like having a built-in mechanism for traversing the flow of time with words, relying on context to reach a common understanding. Assume you are talking with a friend. You might say, do you remember that movie we saw last week? It is hilarious. In this statement, last week and now, implied by the present tense verb was, are both instances of temporal deixis. They refer to distinct points in time based on the moment of speaking. Temporal deictic statements do not have a fixed meaning inside time itself. And here are some examples of deictic expression in temporal or words and phrases that mark time. They are time adverbs like now, then, today, yesterday, tomorrow, soon, and later. And temporal demonstrative like this week, that month, or this day. And tense, verb tense such as past present or future have a deictic element that indicates time relative to a speech act. The essential principle underpinning deixis is that the meaning of this statement is determined by the distance between the speaker, listener, and object being referred to. For example, the word "this" refers to something near to speaker, whereas the word "that" is referred to something far from speaker. However, distance is not only physical. Deixis can also mean psychological distance. Uh, for example, assume you are sharing a story about a recent trip. You might comment or you might say that place was amazing, despite the fact that it's now cycle close. The word that in this context creates a psychological gap between the present time and the trip's experience. Next explanation is about the exist and grammar. Deixis and grammar are tightly linked. Deictic expressions rely on grammatical structure to function properly, yet grammar can also contain deictic features. This is how they function together. Deictic expressions use grammatical structure to convey their entire meaning. And here are few examples from it. The first one is demonstrative. The word this, that, these, and those require grammatical context to indicate their meaning. For example, this book require a word book to identify the thing. And the second one is tense. Verbs are intrinsically deictic. For example, we went to the park yesterday employs the past tense when to express that the action occurred before the time of speaking. And the third one is article. Using the definite article the indicates a shared understanding between speakers and listener about the topic being discussed. For example, can you pass me the salt? Assuming that the listener understands which salt shaker is intended. Next is grammar with deictic property. Grammar itself can sometimes adopt deictic characteristics. The first one is point of view shift. Pronouns such as he, she, and it relate to individuals based on sentence structure. For example, John went to the store, he bought milk. The pronouns he is depend on the subject John introduced previously in the phrase. The second one is deictic markers. Some languages provide grammatical indicators that indicate deixis. For example, in Japanese, particles such as wa or topic and ga or subject might serve a deictic role depending on the context. Understanding deixis help us better understand how language function in context. It enables us to communicate more effectively depending on shared knowledge to bridge gaps. Understanding the axis is crucial for effective communication. It allows us to leverage shared knowledge to bridge gaps and expresses ourselves more efficiently. By recognizing the subtle cues of the axis, we can navigate the ever-shifting context of conversation and ensure our message is understood. And that's all my presentation. I hope you guys get the benefit from it. And last, wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.